In September 2003, China joined the Galileo project with great enthusiasm, investing €230 million or $32 million. The friendship period didn't last long, and after China paid all the cooperation costs, the EU unexpectedly excluded China from the development of Galileo satellites. This decision was based on the need to protect core secrets. The situation was dire, and in January 2002, a spokesman for the project stated that Galileo was almost dead due to US pressure and economic difficulties. The European Union and the European Space Agency agreed to fund the project in March 2002. The development timeline of Galileo is testament to its complexity. The first test satellite GUVA was launched on December 28, 2005, followed by the launch of the first operational satellite on October 21, 2011. Galileo started offering early operational capability on December 15, 2015, providing initial services with a weak signal. Galileo went live in 17 years and cost around €10 billion. Europe's answer to GPS has gone into operation with the launch of 4 more satellites from French Guiana. Galileo is not only more accurate but also run by the European Commission, meaning it has great strategic importance for Europe. The first services are free to users, limited to smartphones and car navigation units already fitted with Galileo compatible. Progress was slow but steady by October 2018 with 18 active satellites and 25 launch satellites in the constellation as of September 2024. While the EU was struggling with Galileo, China took their investment loss as motivation in November 2006 to upgrade its Beijing navigation system. The decision was due to security concerns and issues with Galileo financing. As of 2024, the system has provided services to users in countries and regions around the world through 149 space cooperation agreements or memorandums of understanding with 46 national space agencies and 4 international organizations signed satellite cooperation agreements with China. The Galileo system has faced numerous technical challenges, including 6 passive hydrogen MERS PHM and 3 rubidium atomic clocks failing in January 2017. 4 full operational satellites have each lost at least 1 clock, but no satellite has lost more than 2. From July 11 to July 18, 2019, the entire constellation experienced an unexplained signal outage with all active satellites showing not usable status on the Galileo status page. In December 2020, another system-wide performance degradation occurred, causing receivers to ignore a marginal status flag in Galileo data, potentially leading to a pseudo-range error of up to almost 80 kilometers. These technical defects and failures have made the EU realize they need help to improve the stability and reliability of Galileo. China's advanced Beijing satellite system has significant implications beyond just satellite navigation, demonstrating its growing technological prowess and ability to compete globally. In 2018, Pakistan received full access to Beijing's military-grade positioning navigation and timing PNT data, which enhances the precision of missiles, ships, and aircraft. This move has significant implications for the balance of power in the region. Iran has also had a memorandum of understanding with China about Beijing since 2015. Providing for Beijing ground stations in Iran access to high-precision services and establishment of an Iranian center for space data collection. The completion of Beijing has economic implications, as Beijing sees it as a commercial coup for China's fast-growing market in satellite navigation services for cars, mobile phones, and other applications. The Chinese cabinet approved a blueprint envisioning Beijing capturing 60% of a projected $400 billion or $65 billion market for satellite navigation services. The success of Beijing has not gone unnoticed by other countries, such as the Arab nations, which have shown significant interest in the system. The Arab Information and Communication Technology Organization, BDS, has stated that cooperation on the BDS is of special significance for belt and road construction, and both sides can apply the BDS to promote regional technological and economic development. The development of Beijing marks a significant shift in the global balance of technological power, as Xi Jinping himself said it is one of the important achievements China has made in the past 40 years of reform. The EU faces challenges with Galileo, a system that has faced technical challenges and outages, raising questions about its reliability. The total cost of Galileo has far exceeded initial estimates in 2010, with the think tank Open Europe estimated the total cost at €22.2 billion from start to 20 years after completion at €22.2 billion. China's development of Beijing was driven by its desire for strategic autonomy, with Chen Fangyun, founder of radio electronics in China, initially conceived of building a Chinese satellite navigation system in the 1980s. The program progressed quickly, with China launching its first satellite, Beijing 1A, in December 2000, and expanding its reach to the Asia-Pacific region in 2020. The state-owned China Satellite Network Group aims to challenge the dominance of U.S. company Starlink by launching a mega-constellation comprising approximately 13,000 satellites between mid-2024 and 2029. Richard Wolff, an American economist and professor emeritus at the University of Massachusetts, has expressed strong criticism of the U.S. tariffs on Chinese electric vehicles. Wolff believes that the U.S. is isolating China, which has achieved remarkable economic development in the last 30 to 40 years. This rapid development is not just about GDP growth or industrial output but also fundamentally changing the lives of billions of people. Wolff emphasizes that China's economic miracle is not just about catching up, but also competing at the highest levels of technology. For example, 10 or 15 years ago, every major car-producing company in the world began a program to develop electric cars to replace fossil fuel-burning oil and gas vehicles. However, China's electric cars are better and cheaper than any other car, winning the competition. The U.S. responded to this challenge with tariffs, applying a staggering 100% tariff on Chinese electric vehicles. For example, if an electric car from China costs $30,000, the U.S. must pay the car dealer $30,000 to pay off the Chinese, and another $30,000 100% goes to Uncle Sam, resulting in a cost to an American of $660,000 for that $330,000 car. Wolff notes that there are no electric cars from China on the road in the United States, and a quarter of the electric cars on the road in Europe are the Chinese cars. The great producer, the most successful, and rapidly growing car company in the world, most Americans have never heard of, is the company BYD Corporation. Wolff criticizes this policy as self-defeating and argues that as the transition to electric vehicles is underway, competitors in the U.S. will be able to buy the best car at $30,000 to compete with the American company, while American companies will have to pay more than $30,000 for the non-tariff equivalent, which will cost $40,000 to $50,000 for an inferior vehicle. Wolff shares a personal anecdote from his PhD in economics at Yale, where he met Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury in the U.S. government. She knows that the U.S. is freezing them out, but she is out there advocating for it because that's the government's position. Wolff believes that the U.S.'s response to the Chinese situation is self-defeating and that the world should recognize that the transition to electric vehicles is underway and that competitors in the world will be able to buy the best car at $30,000 to compete with American companies.